Creepypasta reading. Crushed. Oh man, Pokemon Hot Gold. I flicked the shiny game package from the torn wrapping paper. A grin squished across my face. Though I had played Soul Silver a few months earlier, I was eager to start fresh and play a different character with new Pokemon to control. Just I asked for my 18th birthday. I was excited as a child and instantly started my new game. Being used to a dark underwater atmosphere, I smiled a bit when I saw the pixelated ho-ho line across the hot gold touchscreen, its ring sparkling in the sunlight. I began my game with the name Gold. Original, I know. But as a reader of the Pokemon Adventures manga, I wanted to name the game characters after their comic counterpart. My rival's name was Silver, and I chose my Seneca as my starter. After wishing my in-game mom goodbye, I began my visual adventure. Though I've been playing these games since Red and Blue days, I always spent a thrill when each game started. For this game, I already planned about half of my party. I knew I wanted a Dragonite, because come on, who doesn't? So I caught a Dratini in the Dragon's Den on my Silver Soul region and traded it in, and named him Wu, after the Japanese word for dragon. Though I never admitted it, Wu was becoming my favorite. He was so strong, and always rescued my other Pokemon in battle if they needed help. I raised all my Pokemon equally, but being a dragon type, it has its advantage. Every time I would turn around to talk to him, he would smile and greet me happily. I knew it was just a default greeting, but I felt attached to him. He is my friend, my partner. After a while, I finally had a full party. Will, Krivlia, Chinchu, Levitar, Murkrow, and Leafeon. No doubt most of these were traded in and hatched my eggs, but all of them were strong additions to my team. For months of training, I put the game down. For what reason, I don't know. It's not like I abandoned it completely, for heaven forbid. I just lost interest temporarily. I tend to get into strings with video games, and once I received Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep for Christmas, I was escalated with my new PSP. For the most part, Heart Gold sat in my video game chest in my dorm room. The random promotion for the newest GameStop giveaway started surfacing. I dug out Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Diamond and headed to the nearest store. Breathing out the frosty air, I started up my car. I patted the game cartridge in my coat pocket just to make sure they were all with me. I was so excited. Shiny legendaries. I wondered what they'll look like following my character around. I drove off to the GameStop daydreaming about the legendary dogs. I received the shiny Raikou, the promotion of the week, and happily took my prize home. Though I was excited after I saw the Pokemon for me, I didn't play them again for a while. In fact, I didn't even know one of them was missing. One afternoon, I was eating lunch at my kitchen table, trying to ignore my dog's hungry stare. My dad walked into the room from outside, shook his snow off his boots. "Is this yours?" he asked. I looked up from my chicken patty, eyeing the little rectangle he held in his gloved hand. Instantly, I shot out my seat, startling the begging puppy beside me. "Pokemon Heart and Gold? Where did you find this?" I demanded, taking my game from him. I was moving the car forward and backward over and over again, he explained, pointing to the backyard parking pit to clear a path. Then I saw something large in the snow, blue and cold. It must have fell in my coat pocket when I got back from GameStop. It Did you run it over? I asked, afraid of the answer. He sighed. I must, I mean, it was right in the car tracks. My heart beating wildly, I ran up to my room and jammed the game into my DSi, inspecting some glitchy mess. But everything seemed normal. The title screen came up without any power, and Ho greeted me with the usual cry. I pressed continue and looked at the screen. I was in the Focus Center, but it didn't seem quite like I remembered. I knew Heart and Gold and Soul and Silver had improved graphics, but this place looked a little bit too low tech. Everything was darker than usual, and the color palettes looked drained. Everything was either bright, light blue, or gray. There was no NPCs in the Focus Center. All that was in it was my character, Roy's right behind me, and next drawing. My first priority was Will. Though he looked a little smaller than I remember, I shut the dot off as my memory was being fuzzy. I turned around and tried to talk to him, but his back just shook, and not at all like when a Pokemon is angry. He was full on trembling. He didn't stop when the text came up. What is the name? My heart skipped a beat. What is crushed? Crushed? I took my Pokemon regularly in the game, and have never seen such a message. I try again. Boy, it's crushed. This time, his cry came out lower than usual, and it cut off at the end. A little frightened, I decided to check my party next. I was shocked to find all my Pokemon fainted, except for Roy. He was on his last health point. I quickly rushed over to Miss Joy and tried talking to her. Surely she could hear all my Pokemon to make sure they're fighting fit. He doesn't want to. I stared at the screen for a second. Who doesn't want to? He waited for you to come looking. He waited? He was crushed. They all were. After she finished talking, I opened up the party menu again to look closer at the Pokemon. Each fight seemed to be concentrated and real squish. Like someone took the top of the image and screwed it through the bottom. The animations were gone and had a gray appearance, almost like if it came right out the grayscale red and blue games. And as I went down the list of Pokemon, each sprite became more and more twisted. Cubulon's flames were gone. Murkrow's wings were twisted in an awkward angle. Chinchou's light were cracked and broken. The top of Livitar's head was gone. Leafeon's leaves seemed to be dripping with a blackish liquid. Grayskull blood, and its eyes were empty sockets. But the last member of the party, the only still standing one, was by far the worst. Bruce's sprite looked like the stuff on nightmares. A sleek blue body was completely gray, and his once white belly seemed to be cut open, revealing a blackish liquid. It leaked out and pooed around him. I almost missed the fins of his head. They were so pressed against his screwed head, so hard they almost disappeared. His head was lifted ever so lightly. I noticed one eye was missing. In its face was an empty socket, much like Leafeon. His remaining eye looked very sad, frightened, and so angry. I couldn't even believe I could see such a raw emotion in a bunch of pixels, but it was as clear as day in the gray purple. The sprite was still moving, but didn't bob his head like the usual animation. Instead, he really pushed his head onto the ground and closed his eyes, revealing the whitish tears streaming down his face. Horrified beyond belief, I closed the menu. However, I wasn't greeted with the same empty Poké Center. The NPCs were back, and the colors even seemed normal. But black bars were covered the top bottom of the screen, almost like a movie set in widescreen. I had never experienced this before in all the years of Pokemon. Shaken, I put the game down for a second. I could hear my dog barking downstairs and tried to concentrate on the outside world. Bruce's shrill cry came from the game once more and repeated itself over and over. I didn't repress anything. I played with the game, tears blurring my vision. What's wrong with my game? I tried talking to her again to see if he had something to say. Ooh, it's cold. I chuckled despite myself. Well, it is January. The next text started without me pressing anybody. Who says that you couldn't possibly understand? What was the game talking to me? I shook my head in disbelief. There was no way. Maybe I stayed up too late on my laptop and needed a nap. I lay down on my bed, trying to ignore the dang DSI. Rue was still squawking his cry, and I finally just grabbed the game. What? I screamed a little too loudly and saw that new text on the screen. You left us in the cold. My thoughts instantly went to my dad moving the car. Was that what he was talking about? But there was no way. It was a game, right? You left us. The next text made me jump a bit, for it was bigger than usual and all caps. I didn't mean to. I tried to reason, tears threatening despair down my cheeks. Honestly, I didn't mean to leave you guys. Look at me, arguing with the game. I'd be in the lonely bin by sundown. Blue Spike kept shivering and kept emitting the horrible cries. You left me to die. I'm so cold. We were all crushed over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The text exploded, this growing faster than I ever thought possible. Over and over, repeated countless times. My eyes couldn't follow them, and I soon grew dizzy. But before I could even blink, the words appeared on the screen in the same big letters as before. Exclamation points claimed the end of the sentence, and the next batch of text rose quickly. It was cold, so cold. Why did you let him crush me? I loved you. I shook my head, crying freely now. I love you too. I still do. I never meant to leave you guys in the snow. But as soon as the last text faded, the white screen light bars on the screen stretched slowly towards the center of the screen. It was as if the game was closing in on itself. It was as if I was being crushed. One by one, the Pokemon Center was crumbling. Nurse Joy, the NPS, the PC, they all disappeared into the darkness one by one until Rue and I were the only ones left. But before the black mist swallowed us, the closing stopped. My sprite turned to Rue automatically and a text screen popped up. How do you like being? That was it. I expected more, but nothing appeared, and the darkness swallowed us. I didn't know what to do. For a minute, I stared at the screen, half expecting Rue to jump out and scream at me, but nothing happened. I put the game down and went downstairs, eager to pass my chicken patty on to my dog. I wasn't hungry anymore, after I experienced anyway. That night, when I crawled into bed, I found I couldn't sleep. As I tossed and turned, I felt as if the blankets were swallowing me. Sweating and panting, I threw them off my back and tried to sleep again. But a pounding headache struck my suddenly. The pain was unlike anything I felt before. It was as if someone was pushing on my head with a sledgehammer. I got out of bed and gulped down a few Tylenol. While I was outside my room, the pain temporarily subsided, but as soon as I crossed my door, my head exploded with pain again. Frustrated, I tried to sleep again and closed my eyes. My head did stopped throbbing, and my breathing came in short bursts. Ruth's cry echoes cruelly in my head. Finally, I had to open my eyes again, my heart pounding with terror as I saw a message written on my ceiling in bold black lettering. Crush?